And are you refreshed? Yes. Good. Now what?
Thank you so much. I've been following you for many, many years. It's a great honor to be here. All right, so 2 questions were popping when you called on me. The first, or one was popping, I have 2. I work with horses, and I work with human beings to develop their emotional and spiritual awareness with horses. And I also just work with my horses. And more and more and more, I'm seeing that when I can come from reverence, and I can come from love, and I can come from possibilities, curiosity, and connection, that these horses are so willing to do anything. My question for you is, when I have a younger horse or I have a lead mare that has her own things that she wants to do and maybe isn't as easy to influence in a positive manner, how can I work with her?
Well, she would like to debate with you about who gets to choose the positive manner. A friend said to Esther a few months ago, "Oh, I get it. The path of least resistance is what you want." That's why it's sometimes nice to get off on your own path. But when you come together in harmony, of course, the first harmony that you must find, if you want to find harmony, positive harmony with any other, is to get in sync with who you really are. So let's start there. This picks up nicely from what we were talking about just before segment of refreshment. So let's say you're coming together with one of these magnificent beasts, and you have an idea of something that you would like to do with this horse, and the horse has a different idea of how she would like to spend the day. And you want harmony, which sort of sounds like you need to come along and do what I want. In other words, that's the harmony that you want. And let's say that the horse says, well, I would like to do something entirely different. So how do you find harmony, whether it's with 2 humans or 2 horses or a human and a horse? In other words, how does the harmony come about? Well, there are a lot of ways for it to come about, and we'll talk about some of them in a moment here. But the first thing that we want to clarify with a lot of emphasis is that if you are in sync with your inner being as you come into this relationship, there's a high probability that you will find harmony, because when you are in sync with your inner being, usually the horse is too. And if you are in sync with your inner being, even if the horse isn't, the horse usually will come into sync. It takes quite a bit to get one of your beasts out of alignment with who they are. And so the question is, how much in harmony with who you are you coming into the experience? So let's imagine for a moment that you're not in alignment. Let's say that you've had a hard day, that you've been aggravated, that you've been focused upon things unwanted, that you're really out of sync with who you are, and have been for a little while. We're making this up, but it's not something that is new. There's some momentum going to it. And so you think that you would like to go have a nice experience with this horse in order to cheer yourself up. So your intentions are good, but your vibrational alignment is not there yet. So you want to come together with the horse, and let's say, because it is usually true, the horse is tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and let's say you're not. Let's say you're in an aggravated mode. Well, right away there is a dissension between you, and that horse is not going to join you here easily. Now, your inner being will never join you here. The horse could be persuaded to join you, but then you're not going to have a good experience. So you could whip the horse into submission. You could use the tactics to get the horse, it's path of least resistance, horse, come my way. It can be the easy way or the hard way, those kinds of things. And the horse, unlike your inner being, will join you at some level other than this high-flying level. But it will not be the joyful, rambunctious, free-flowing, energetic experience that it is if you make the decision to bring yourself into vibrational alignment with who you are. And so that's the thing that is a little interesting about wanting to utilize the good intentions and the nice demeanor of a high-flying, good-feeling animal in order to help humans who aren't feeling so good move up on the emotional scale. Because whatever the dominant vibration is usually where the meeting will be. So that's just the premise or the basis of this conversation.